Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is going to look a little bit different. I'm going to give you a life update. This is going to be a pretty unedited, raw, uncut video because I am filming and posting this all in one day. It's going to be released today, Tuesday, which is not my regular post date. Usually I post on Fridays, but Friday is my birthday and we'll see how the week goes, but I may or may not post on Friday. The elephant in the room that needs to be addressed is about TikTok. I don't know really how many of you guys that view my content on YouTube are also over on TikTok, but I just posted a pretty emotional TikTok today that I filmed also today, and I'm really feeling in the feels. I know that it might seem a little ridiculous to be emotional about an app going away and ending. But what I think a lot of you guys might not realize if you have just recently started following me, because I really gained my YouTube following over the last like 2 years. So I've been in social media. I started on TikTok in the spring of 2020. Before that, I had a career of 10 years. I have my doctorate in physical therapy. That's what I was doing. But then, of course, when COVID happened, I was laid off because I was working at that time in early intervention, which is with like babies and really little kids going into their homes. And no one really wanted us there, with this really scary virus going around. They didn't want to expose their children. Totally understandable. So it really left me with space in my life to start doing something, having some fun along with taking on the seriousness of what a lot of people were going through at that time. So I started posting TikToks, right? And I started talking about dating, I started talking about relationships. And when I spoke about the man's perspective on things, because let's be honest, that is important. I don't think, especially during that time, we were hearing much about a male's perspective when it comes to dating and relationships. And that is important. And I'm not saying that to dismiss the importance of a woman's perspective and a woman's experience, because I think that both are important. That's why we need to talk about both things. But I viewed it as men's perspectives and what they were going through and their mental health challenges, which are pretty unique to them. You guys know this. Like, you weren't really having a voice, especially on TikTok. So that's what really inspired my content. And, I did a few different TikToks that really stuck. And then it just kind of continued on from there. I also loved doing trends pretty early on. I liked talking about my personal life, personal experiences with dating. And it was just kind of to poke fun at a few things. TikTok was my launching pad. And I know I can view it as my launching pad. It's not the end all be all. At least that's not how I'm viewing it now, because it is getting banned. It's going to be over for a lot of influencers that are on TikTok and that have remained on TikTok and have not diversified. I can't really imagine what they're going through, because it's going to be a harder time, I think, on the other platforms to really like get your voice out there. So I just want to speak to my gratitude for you guys, for my followers on YouTube, for being here, for following me, for having a discussion. I know that when I am spread thin between platforms, in addition to me being a mom and engaged and planning a wedding, like, it is a lot to stay involved on all three platforms. So I have some good news with this, right? Like, there's always a silver lining. And honestly, I think that YouTube, you guys are going to be happy about this. I am going to be on YouTube more than ever. I think that is where I'm going to put my focus. I enjoy it here. I think that you guys add really good, thoughtful ideas. You have good thoughts. You have good input in the comments. I think that it's been very positive here, unlike some other platforms. I know that this threat against TikTok has happened before, and I think possibly a lot of you guys might agree with that. Like, I don't really argue against the security concerns and issues. Like, that is not my expertise. I don't think I can speak to that. I don't think that I can fight against that fear or that argument because I don't know enough about it. And I know that like a lot of TikTokers are doing that. I don't know. I get that there's like a lot of emotions and that you don't want to see the app go away, especially when it's been life changing. For me, it has been life changing. Like, you guys don't realize it's not just about like the change of career. I didn't even change up my career until just 3 years ago. So I was on TikTok posting 2 to 3 times a day while I was working a full-time job and being a mom. So I have experienced not relying on any sort of like income from TikTok to help support me. But it came to a point where I loved it so much. I loved creating content. Honestly, all of my shorts that you guys see on YouTube, they are filmed and edited within the TikTok app just because I am so familiar with the editing system. I've looked at YouTube's editing for shorts and it looks very similar. So I'm very happy to see that. We'll see once I actually like deep dive into it. Hopefully you guys won't really see any real change of my content when it comes to the shorts. And then of course the long format videos are going to remain. However, the only other thing is that my videos and like content ideas that are inspired usually by a video on my For You page is through TikTok. It's through the TikTok For You page that I pull those videos and that then I do these long format videos too. So that might slow things down for a time until I really rework my process and I become accustomed to it. I also think that when one door shuts, another one opens. So I usually take this perspective with any kind of challenge that comes my way. Once I go through the process of being very sad about it, and honestly, I'm still in that little bit of being sad about it, okay? I will eventually, like, it'll happen pretty quickly because I allow myself to feel my feelings. Like, this is what I always recommend to any human, even you guys, is to allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. And then you can take the positivity from it, right? Then you can think about the silver lining. I am already thinking about some of the silver linings. So obviously I've communicated one of those to you already, and that's about being on YouTube more. Hey, I'm always interested to know what you guys think. So leave it in the comments. If I haven't said it already, please remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet to catch my videos, usually every Friday. But I will see you guys next time, which will be Friday, January 17th. It's actually my birthday. See you then.